Congratulations, we are now in escrow. We just wanted to outline the next couple steps. It's going to be a busy week or two. We wanted you to have an expectation of what was to come. So number one, the buyer's going to get their earnest money deposited with escrow. So that's a good faith deposit. It's applied towards their down payment at closing, and it basically says they're going to do what they say they're going to do. So if they change their mind a week before closing or something like that, then we would have some sort of a remedy. So we're going to be monitoring that. They have 3 business days after mutual agreement to get that done. We're going to stay on top of that and make sure it happens on time. Number 2 is the inspection. This is always kind of an overwhelming part of the process. So we suggest being out of your home for at least 2 or 3 hours. Keep the lights on, blinds open, just treat it like a showing since the buyer's probably going to be there. And what's going to happen from that is a number of things. First is that the buyer could approve the inspection. They could say, we're good to go, everything looks great. We're not going to ask you for anything. Now, that's pretty rare when that happens. The reason is that the inspector's paid to find everything possibly wrong with your home. It's an invasive process and it is somewhat stressful. And so they probably are going to ask us for some sort of repairs. It's very, very normal. We should expect it. And we treat that as round 2 of negotiations. So they come and they say, hey, we want this window fixed, or we want a GFI outlet in the kitchen repaired, something like that. That's very, very normal. We will deal with that as it comes. So that's the inspection. We'll walk you through every step of the way once we get to that, which will probably be about in the next 7 days or so. The last part we wanted to make you aware of was the appraisal. So the appraisal is different than the inspection. The bank is going to order a third-party appraisal to verify the value of the property. And they just want to make sure that whatever price the buyer is paying is supported by the comparables. We obviously think it is, but they have to verify that for themselves since the bank is an investor in the property. If we occasionally run into problems on that where the appraisal thinks it's worth less. It's not super common, but if it does happen, we will walk you through that process. The second thing the appraiser wants to verify is the condition of the property. So it's not as intensive as the inspection. They're not going to be going down to the crawl space or looking at the attic or anything like that, but they just want to make sure, hey, the roof looks okay, it has running water, there's electrical, stuff like that. And once that appraisal is done, so it's going to be earnest monies first, then inspection, then once the inspection is done, the appraisal will get done. And then typically about a week after the appraisal happens, we will get the results on that. And we usually stay in touch with the lender about every day or so just to make sure everything's on track and to try and get those results for you so we can kind of rest a little bit easier. So it's kind of a stressful process, but we're here to make it really fun and really easy for you. And as always, if you ever have any questions, just give us a call. Thank you so much.